August 9th, 2021. I am James, you are you. We are here for another breathtaking, thrill-seeking, heart-pumping edition of what? At Home, live on twitch.tv/athome with James. How was your Monday? Are you back at work? Are you in an office? Are you working from home? Are you on Teams? Are you on Zoom? Are you on Facebook calls? Whatever it is you're doing, however it is you're doing it, I want you to take solace in knowing that for the next hour and change, you can sit down, relax, wherever it is that you might be sitting down or relaxing in. As we said on the show a host of times, whether it is on your couch, in a chair, rocking or otherwise, in your bed, in the tub, on the toilet, on a stool, it doesn't matter to me. What matters to me is that you are here and I am here, and we are bonding together by way of the information superhighway, formerly known and currently known as the internet. I believe this is episode 274 of the show that refuses to go away. Now, I can see it all over the internet. People are slowly reintegrating back into live performance, whether it was at the Fringe Festival, whether it was at Just for Laughs, whether it's on a smaller scale in various tiny pop-up venues. Maybe it's an outdoor show. I get it. People are itching to get away from their computer screens and feasting on the comedy that is presented to them in a live medium. But this is where I say no. Stop going out. Stay inside. Lock your doors. Pop some popping corn. Relax and enjoy comedy the way that it was meant to be enjoyed, without an audience in front of a screen that you do the same type of work on as you do watching whatever it is you stream on your favorite platforms, whether it's Netflix, Crave, Stars. Maybe you're using the Global TV app. Maybe you're using CBC Gem. Maybe you love the CanCon. This is CanCon right here. By enjoying the show, you're enjoying CanCon. What are you going to enjoy tonight? I'm going to tell you. We've got 4 unbelievable guests here in no particular order. Saima Ahmed, Alex Gauthier, Nicky Fournier, making his triumphant return to the show, Sleazy Darren. After an extended break of doing whatever it is that Sleazy Darren does, he is back, as well as all of our guests, and we're going to have ourselves an old favorite on this show. We are going to take it to a panel discussion, but with a very specific twist. The Wheel of Discussion Topics makes its debut on At Home. Now, I put the call out to everyone. Send in your discussion topics. And what we got was mostly crap, a lot of trash, a lot of worthless ideas. But in those worthless ideas, we found a couple diamonds in the rough, and we are going to do what we can to get through each and every one of these topics. So the question is, why wait? Why wait? Let us open the gates. Let's let the crazies out. Here they come. Please welcome each and every one of our panelists tonight. As mentioned, in no particular order, let's say hello to all of them. Nicky, let's start with you. Madame Fournier, how's it going tonight?
Hey, Monsieur James.
Ça va?
Super good. Ça va bien? Yeah, I'm super happy to be here.
Fantastic. I'm very happy that you are here as well. Monsieur Gauthier, ça va?
Yeah, it's going well. Ça va bien.
All right. Well, I'm glad that you decided to jump in on the joke of doing some French. All right. Let's move on right from there. Saima, welcome back.
Thank you.
It's always a special occasion when you're here. Lots of laughs.
Aw, thanks. I was happy to be here.
Look, and now it just got sentimental.
Well, you didn't ask me a question in French.
Ça va bien?
Tigidou.
Parfait. J'aime ça. Finally, let's welcome back a guy who hasn't been here in some time. Sleazy Darren, what's going on, man?
Hey, James, what's going on, man?
You know any French?
Yeah, I picked some up here or there. You know, a couple of people have thrown out some French books, and I've been picking them up, reading them.
Okay, so you picked up an English to French dictionary. So if I were to say bonjour, what would that mean to you?
It means hello.
And if I were to say ça va bien, what does that mean to you?
It's going good, man.
And if I were to say attention, touche pas ma femme, what would that mean to you?
I've heard that one in real life.
Yeah, no, do you ever abide by that? Because we
Of
know,
course.
for people who don't know, Sleazy Darren, you like to be the side piece.
I do like to be the side piece, yeah, absolutely. But I won't be the side piece when someone else is around. So if you say that to me, I'll respect your wishes.
All right, well, fantastic. Tonight is the Wheel of Discussion topics. We've had a wheel on this show a variety of times, none quite like this. Is anyone a little nervous to see what the wheel lands on tonight, Saima? Any nerves?
No, none at all.
I love Nicky. Any nerves tonight?
I'm a little anxious to find out what the topics are. Yeah.
Now, is there anything that you're worried about? That I hope this doesn't come up, or God, if that came up, that'd be a nightmare.
Yeah, like Trump supporters and.
So the discussion topic of Trump supporters.
Yeah. Remember my last whole mishap with that?
Yeah, well, if you want, we can talk about this. It's not on the list, I don't believe, but you insulted Trump supporters. You said they were unattractive in a more unkind way.
Yeah.
Was there anything you'd like to say to them now? All right, so the trend continues. You said more with two fingers than words ever could. Alex, any nerves tonight? Usually you're here, we put your feet to the fire with hard-hitting questions. This is almost a walk in the park for you tonight.
It's true. I'm a little bit nervous. I mean,
Is
who
there
knows
any
what's...
topics that you're worried about?
Yeah, the Fast and the Furious movies. I don't want to talk about it.
You're worried that the Fast and the Furious movies, as a wild animal appears out of nowhere, you're worried that the Fast and the Furious movies appears on tonight's list of topics.
Yeah.
All right. Sleazy Darren, anything you're nervous about?
Nervous? No, not really. There's things I don't want to talk about, though.
Well, like what?
I gotta say them now.
Well, I feel like Nicky and Alex, they both shared something. Is there anything maybe you're a little concerned without saying too much?
Yeah, I don't want to talk about the economy.
Well, you're a little, that gets you fired up?
Yeah, it gets me real fired up.
All right. Well, hopefully your work in waste management has been treating you well throughout the time in which we have missed you. Guys, I think it's time that we spin the wheel and we make our first deal tonight. Are we ready to spin the wheel?
Yep.
All right. In just a matter of moments, folks, the wheel will appear on your screen. A discussion topic will be landed upon. And here we go. A lot of really unusual things as the wheel begins to spin. Look, I'll be honest. I'm a little nervous myself. Nothing that is going to be discussed tonight. Here we go. Landed on our first topic. It's brush with fame. Brushes with fame. Has anyone had a brush with fame? Is an unbelievable start to tonight's program. No brushes. Sleazy Darren, for sure you must have.
Well, sometimes I do the garbage circuit in Beverly Hills, and I find all sorts of things, in the different celebrity trashes.
Mm-hmm.
So one day I was doing the trash at I was doing the trash. That's what I call it.
You're doing trash?
I was doing the trash at O.J. Simpson's house. And no, go for it, Nikki.
No, I want to hear about O.J. Simpson.
Anyway,
So you're saying you ran into O.J. Simpson?
I did. He was throwing out all this memorabilia.
No.
Is it sports memorabilia?
Sports memorabilia, yeah.
Right. So O.J. is famously known for being incarcerated for stealing memorabilia.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Well, it sounds like he was kind of getting rid of evidence.
Yeah, it seemed maybe in retrospect. Anyway, he gave me some real cool stuff.
Did you talk to him at all?
Oh yeah. He's a great guy.
O.J.'s a great guy.
It was to me, yeah.
Okay, so he's friendly with you.
Yeah, he called me SD.
Right, because he's known for his best friend Al Cowlings, AC.
Sure, and he's OJ, and so he was calling me SD.
SD, all right.
Sleazy Darren.
Sleazy Darren, all right.
Sleazy Darren.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm staying
Alex,
at his guest house.
Wait, currently?
Yeah.
But what's the guest house like?
Me and this guy, Kato.
Kato Kalin?
I don't know.
Look, we got some real blasts from the past here. A lot of names from the 90s. As I was mentioning, Alex, Nicky, Saima, any brushes with fame I don't know if it's to the level of an OJ, but
So are we talking about like famous people we've met or like things that we've done personally?
I hold on. Okay, the production note I just received, this is famous people that you may have come into contact with.
Ooh, okay. Once when I was in Rome, in Italy,
Mhm.
I was walking down the street. I was on vacation. I was walking down the street, and I saw Stephen Colbert.
Okay.
And I went up to him, and I was like, "Excuse me, are you Stephen Colbert?" And he was like, "Yes, I am." And he shook my hand, and he was really nice about it. And
Oh,
no one in Italy seemed to know who he was.
okay. Now, was he a big man or is he a short man?
I mean, I'm a petite individual, so everyone is taller than me, so he's definitely taller than me. I think he would be considered to be average to tall height. Like he wasn't extraordinarily tall.
All right. So the first celebrity that appears in this discussion topic who was not arrested for murder so far. Alex, how about you?
I think the one I can think of was you were there for was with your friend Sammy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Um,
WWE superstar.
That's it. And when I think we went to Bustan, and there was a man in the middle of the street who saw him and recognized him and shrieked when he realized who your friend was. And I think you went. Your
So
friend
this
took.
is more about someone else's brushes with
Yeah,
fame.
I mean, I was just.
This is about a stranger's brush with fame.
Yeah.
All
Yeah.
right. Okay, Nikki, how about you?
Xavier Dolan
Mhm.
was like a regular at my old job, the cafe.
Now, what was that like? Was he a friendly patron? Did he tip well? Was he kind of cold?
He's got
He was-
great trash.
Sorry.
Wait, you know Xavier Dolan's trash?
Yeah, I've thrown out a couple of film reels of his.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh. Did you watch them or
Yeah, I watched them.
What'd you think?
yeah.
A little pretentious.
No pretentious. All right, Nikki, was that your feeling on?
Yeah, he seemed a
XD?
bit like closed off, like
All
just
right.
often on his phone, like just like until he got his drink, like not much
Okay.
not much going on.
Well, so it sounds like Saima, you had the most positive interaction. I believe that I offended former Montreal Canadian Maxime Lapierre on the street once. So that was my brush with fame, if you want to call it fame.
How did
How'd
you-
you offend him? Sorry.
Oh, well, he had been playing the Toronto Maple Leafs that night with the Montreal Canadiens, and this was in Toronto. And hours later, I saw him on the street coming out of a bar in Montreal. And I'm not usually one for caring about celebrities or wanting to interact with them, but out of sheer shock that he had somehow made it back from the game into a club, I said, "Oh, Maxime Lapierre." He turned. He couldn't have been any more excited to have been noticed. And the Canadians that night had played very poorly, but he specifically had an okay game. And I said, just out of habit, "Hey, good game tonight." And his demeanor dropped totally to, I believe that he thought I was mocking him because it was a truly horrendous performance. And once I recognized this, I said, pretty good second period. And then he immediately disengaged from wanting to interact with me, turned around. So that was my brush with fame. I believe that I offended the former number 40, Maxime Lapierre.
He's on RDS now.
He's on RDS, which most Francophone hockey players, that's their trajectory. Once they retire, they become personalities on French sports shows.
The mini putt show?
Oh, you're talking about Le Défi Mini Putt?
Défi mini putt, yeah. That's a
Yeah, I
great,
think
great show.
Yeah, great show. Yeah, legendary players like Cal Carmoni.
Oh, yeah. Great guy.
Alex, now, can you give us the famous quote from that show?
Me?
Yeah.
Um,
I'm going to take that as a no.
it's not done until you put it in the hole.
It's not quite what I was looking for, but let's go back to the wheel of discussion topics. We've got our brushes with fame. The answer I was looking for was birdie.
I've never watched it.
Okay, look, some of us are youngsters on the panel tonight. Some of us are youngsters. We are back to the wheel. It is spinning, and here we go. And we have officially landed on brings me back. So I believe this is a discussion topic of things that bring us back to a bygone era in time, things that make us reminisce. Have we noticed anything recently that really brought us back? Anyone? Yeah. Nikki, it sounds like you got something.
Who Framed Roger Rabbit? I put that on. I don't know if any of you have the Disney Channel on your laptops.
I don't. I'm not a millionaire.
Yeah, I also don't have it. I don't have a lot of money to spend on that. Goat, you don't have it either?
Nope.
Saima, how about you?
I had it, but I didn't watch it that much, so I don't have it anymore.
I have a friend whose boyfriend's brother gave me access.
All right. Okay. So
nice.
You put on Who Framed Roger Rabbit?
Yeah, we put on Who Framed Roger Rabbit, and it brought me back. I got it.
Okay, well, tell us about it.
There's this particular scene where the villain, I don't know, he's got like this big bucket of like paint, and he puts the cartoon in the paint bucket or something. I don't know. It was like kind of a like it was that part that brought me back.
Okay.
To being a kid.
From anyone else, have we encountered anything lately that took us back to an old time, gave us some feelings?
Space Jam.
Oh, so you saw the new Space Jam, Sleazy
No.
Darren? Oh, no?
No, I haven't seen it.
Well,
Saw a poster for it.
Oh, so it took you. Now, do you have any memories of seeing the original Space Jam with Michael Jordan?
Yeah, I saw it in theaters.
And what was that like for you?
When I saw it originally,
Yeah.
I liked it. I was, I must have been 12 years old, James.
All right.
And I left, and I got some of the McDonald's toys out of the garbage. And,
someone threw out their Happy Meal toys.
Somebody threw out their Happy Meal toys because they're choking hazards for the little kids.
Okay.
And it was a great film back then when I was that age. Now, watching it again, it probably wouldn't hold up.
You know what?
Yeah.
I was gonna say I think it holds up pretty good. You should watch it again. I saw it. I saw the new one, which I did not enjoy, with my nephew, and he liked it. And then I wanted to show him the original, and I was like, the original's quite good. Yeah, quite good.
This is kind of the thing with that film, though, is that it's there's a lot of adults who I've spoken to who are like, yeah, the new one, it sucks. It's like, yeah, because it's meant for children.
Yeah.
It's meant for children, and the old one, if you were watching the old one at your current age for the first time, you would say, hey, this movie's awful.
Yeah, I used to hype up Space Jam because I hadn't seen it since I was a kid.
Yeah.
And then I actually showed it to Mark Rowland.
Yeah.
And
friend of the show.
Yeah, a friend of the show. And I was like, Mark, we gotta watch it. You haven't seen this? And then we watched it together, and I was like, yeah, it's not as good as I.
Yeah, think about a variety of other things you liked as a small child, and then apply them through the lens of anyone in your late 20s or 30s. Now, Goat, what about you? Are you the youngest member of our panel tonight?
Yeah, probably.
Right.
Is anyone younger than 27? Oh,
No.
I'll take that as a no. Resounding.
Sleazy Darren, how old are you?
Me?
Yeah.
I'm 35.
All right. So, Alex, did you watch Space Jam as a youngster?
I did. I got for Christmas the Michael Jordan action figure. So for the longest time, I had a Michael Jordan action figure.
Now, what scenarios could you put a Michael Jordan action figure in?
So I had I think the next year I got a WWE ring, and he was one of my guys, even though he was smaller than the WWE figures.
Okay, you had a miniature Michael Jordan Space Jam action figure.
Yep.
Wrestling against larger wrestlers. You had some crossover. So not only did you have Michael Jordan in space with the Looney Tunes, you had him as a celebrity pro wrestler.
That's it.
Did you have a move called the Space Slam?
That would have been more creative. I think I just had him. I think he just did the stunner. I think he just used the.
So he plagiarized someone else's signature.
Yeah,
move.
exactly. That was his thing. I think I also had a baseball bat with him. Like he came with a baseball bat because of.
So the Michael Jordan action figure for Space Jam came with a baseball bat because he also in real life played baseball for the Chicago White Sox.
And he had to collect on some of those gambling debts.
It's part of the storyline of Space Jam.
Yeah, in the movie he plays baseball again. That's part of the whole thing. Like it's like a backstory as to why he had to stop playing baseball. Because they didn't want to talk about his gambling. They said they blamed it on the Looney Tunes.
Now, here's the thing. I have never seen Space Jam. I did not watch a lot of children's movies when I was a child.
What did you watch as a child? A lot of
Porno?
adult movies?
Yeah, it was a lot of X-rated adult features. No, it's interesting because I grew up at the time. One of my favorite shows as a child was the show Oz, which was an HBO series, which was kind of the Sopranos before the Sopranos. So it was the story of an all-men's prison, gritty crime drama with a lot of really graphic violence and sex acts.
How old are you when you watched this show?
Show started, I believe, 1998. I'm currently 33. So if anyone's good at math, speak now or forever hold your peace.
Like 11 or 12?
It was like 11. Yeah, I was 11 years old. Other than that, I watched a lot of sitcoms, not a lot of children's movies. I've maybe seen one Disney cartoon movie ever.
Were you scared straight by the show?
Yeah, well, it really enforced that I shouldn't be selling meth. That's why I got into a world of improv.
That's a good lesson to learn early. I know from experience.
Yeah. Oh, wait, hold. Sleazy Darren, you sold meth before?
When I was younger, sure. A lot of the garbage folks sold meth when we were younger.
They come from a life of crime, is what you're saying.
Yeah, but then you hit the straight and narrow and get a real job, and you can make a lot of money being a public employee.
All right. Well, let's on that note, let's go back to the wheel and see what we land on. Thus far, I'm liking what I'm seeing. We're really spiraling off into a lot of spin-off content. Here we go. The wheel is spinning, and I couldn't be any more excited for what is about to land next. And what we've got is
dinosaurs.
We've landed on dinosaurs.
What? How did you know, Sleazy?
Well, because Sleazy's looking at the screen.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Right, that's what happened, right, Sleazy?
Yeah, I was looking at the screen.
Yeah, all right. So, guys, any memories or thoughts on dinosaurs?
So I was going to bring up a thing. Has anyone been following this story about the parents who think they got scammed with that dinosaur festival?
No.
In Montreal?
Please tell us, though. Please tell us. The floor is yours.
Yeah. So there's this event that's like, it's meant to be all these animatronic dinosaurs, and it's a company, I think, based in South Africa. But it was supposed to be at Quartier Existant in the South Shore, and the venue pulled out, saying that the way that this guy was doing things they didn't agree with. And so parents have paid, I think they said the tickets, like one parent was saying they bought 2 tickets for like $70. And it's non-refundable. They said that at the beginning, that it was non-refundable. And all these parents are like, I think it's a scam. Like, I don't think it's going to happen now. And
Wait,
the guy's like,
hold on. You're telling me the Dinosaur Festival is a scam?
yeah.
Fire Festival?
Yeah, he said he's been all over the world. He's been to Australia a bunch. Like, that's his big thing. He's like, I've just done a lot of these in Australia. And I promise it's going to happen just outside of Montreal. Like, whenever he speaks to the press, he keeps on saying, like, yeah, I'm very experienced. I've done this a lot in Australia. It's going to happen in Montreal.
Okay, so there's a controversial topic. Would anyone willingly go to a dinosaur festival?
Hell yeah.
When I was a kid, I went to I don't remember exactly what it was, but there's pictures of this that my parents took. It wasn't like I think it was like speaking of like blast from the past, like Jurassic Park's immense popularity. And it was somewhere in Montreal, and it was like an exhibit with like fake dinosaurs.
Okay.
I think it was like in Laval, perhaps. And I went to this, and I remember enjoying it. And it's not really a festival, but it was like an indoor exhibit with like with dinosaurs.
Okay, that sounds like a fun activity for a kid. Sleazy Darren, you said you would go to a dinosaur festival.
Yeah, why not, man?
Well, what's your favorite dinosaur?
Stegosaurus.
What do you like about them?
The spikes.
Yeah, they're kind of bad, right? A little dangerous.
Yeah, back spikes.
Yeah. We're getting something in from the chat right now. They want to know if you could do an impersonation of a Stegosaurus.
I don't see that in the chat.
Oh, really? I do.
Yeah, okay, let me take another look. Oh, yeah, there it is. Oh!
All right. Nikki, thoughts on dinosaurs or dinosaur fests?
Yeah, well, a dinosaur festival just sounds amazing. Wow.
Okay.
Oh, sorry to interrupt. I saw Limp Bizkit at Lollapalooza, and that's a bit of a dinosaur fest, if you know what I'm saying.
Nikki, did you see that footage of Limp Bizkit at Lollapalooza?
No, but I saw footage recently of a snapping turtle in a lake, in a lake, in a lake in the Laurentians, and this thing is like massive. Okay, and it looks like a dinosaur. I'm not even joking. Like I saw this just the other day.
Well, there you look. Big turtles are dinosaur-like, right?
Oh, absolutely.
It's big.
Sleazy Darren, any thoughts on big turtles?
Big turtles rule. Sometimes I throw things out, and I'm hoping to catch like a ninja turtle in the sewers.
Are we getting footage courtesy of Nikki's phone right now?
That could be anything.
Yeah, what we're seeing is a reflection of me.
Could be anything at all.
We're seeing, yeah, Nikki, you're gonna want to pull that phone back.
That might be a ninja turtle.
Yeah, that could be.
You're the turtle.
It's hard because it's underwater.
All right, well, let's go back to the wheel here. I can't believe we found as much dinosaur content as we have.
I think we're cutting it short, but whatever.
You think we're cutting it short? All right. Well, you know what? There's still an opportunity. Maybe we're going to see some more and hear some more dinosaur impersonations later from Sleazy Darren. We might even have a... Let's spin the wheel and see what type of topic we land on, because this episode is flying by at the moment. The wheel has been spun, and we are landing on... Pickup lines. Pickup lines. Now, Alex, let's start with you. You've been known to date, right?
Yep, I have.
You ever have any pickup lines?
I think I don't know if I've told this story on the show, but there was a time when I was younger where I would just, it wasn't a pickup line. I would just tell someone I was interested in and I thought they were attractive.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and there was one time where I was in Saint-Donat with my family on vacation. And
great town.
Yeah, and it was the end of a trip, and there was someone,
town.
and yeah, exactly. And it was the end of a trip, and there was someone I had been crushing on a lot.
What is happening to you right now?
Your cat is very affectionate.
He wants to sit in this chair is what he wants. And so I'm gonna go back to the story, but my cat, I'm sure he might jump down in a little bit. But
all right, so stay tuned for that, folks. The cat might jump down in a little bit. Alex, keep going.
But so as we were leaving that morning, and I in a determined fashion, I walked out of the changing room, getting ready to.
Changing room.
Why
Where were you?
It was on a beach, so
Okay.
I changed out of my bathing suit,
Mhm.
got changed because I was gonna get in my car and drive to Montreal. And I went up to this woman and said that I found her very attractive,
Okay.
and then just walked away and walked into my car, drove to Montreal.
I have a question, follow-up
Yeah.
question. Did you say attractive? Did you say hot or pretty or beautiful? What's the exact wording?
I don't completely remember. I think it was in French. So I think I said the belle. So beautiful would be the
T'es belle.
Yeah, exactly.
Those French dictionaries are really paying off for you, Sleazy.
Yeah, well, I had the dictionary and also the Becherel to learn my conjugation.
Yeah, of course you did. Okay, well now, Saima, you asked the question. What do you think about Alex's method there of leaving a changing room, telling a woman she was attractive, and then leaving?
So I feel like it's like a lot of guys try, like I'll say this, I think like most guys try this method, or a lot of guys think this is like a way to get a girl.
It is.
Just I mean, I've been told this, and I don't know. It's like flattering, but it's also weird.
Totally.
Okay. Nikki.
I would just like to know, Alex, like, how were you feeling after you told her that you thought she was attractive, and then you drove off in your car? Were you like, all right, I did it? And then, like, did you ever see her again?
Yeah, and did you also pick up a pie while you were in Saint Donat?
Like, what happened?
I did see her again, to answer that question. It was more of like, I don't know if it was like any sense of real accomplishment. It was just like a vague sense of like, okay, I did a thing. I don't know if it was like good or bad, but I did it. And then so I went back the next year and ended up hanging out with her, but she had a boyfriend at that point.
Okay,
So-
now Sleazy Darren, this is where you would have made your move.
Hey, can I ask a question? And absolutely. I mean, that would be the prerequisite for me. I would be like, I'll come back when you have a boyfriend, please.
Right.
But
Yeah, you shouldn't have driven away.
did
Yeah.
you? So you said that, and then you left.
Yeah.
Did you wait for it to land, or did you like?
No, I
did
just
you
fucking-
run
I
away?
like
What are
so
you cursing for?
What if she didn't hear you?
there was a hill, so it was a beach at the bottom
the
of a
grassy
hill.
knoll.
Yeah, and I just walked up the hill to my car, got in my car.
So you said, I think you're attractive, then she watched you walk up a hill?
Yeah.
Were you in the bathing suit still?
No, I had changed out of my bathing suit.
Into a thong?
Yeah, exactly.
That's what I would have done.
Stayed in the bathing suit.
What's that, Saima? Can we get that again?
He should have stayed in the bathing suit.
Yeah, maybe you could have invited her to take a swim.
Yeah.
Skinny
Or
dip.
even if you're gonna walk away, it's like, like give them a little something to look at while you're walking away.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
Show
like
off that hiney.
a sopping wet boy, which is words I never thought I would say on this show. Sleazy Darren, pickup lines on your end, right? You're known to date a woman who's dating someone already. How do you make the magic work when someone's in a committed relationship?
Well, it depends on the lady. If normally I have a natural filter because of my profession, where only a certain demographic will go for a guy who stinks like trash 24/7. But I'll just say, you want to get a little greasy?
And that works for you? You say you want to get a little greasy.
Doesn't work all the time, but when it does, it really works.
All right. Nikki, Saima, how would that type of line work on you? You get a guy that comes up to you and he goes, "You want to get greasy?"
I would laugh in his face.
All right.
Your guard's down.
Nikki, how about you? You want to get greasy? Someone says that. What do you think?
I'd be like, what? I probably wouldn't have. I thought, yeah, I don't know what they keep talking about.
That's it.
So does that ever happen, Sleazy Darren? You drop that line and people don't really know what you're talking about?
They'll say what? And I'll say, come a little bit closer.
All right, so then you say...
Say, do you want to get greasy?
All right, Nikki, so it's said again. You've leaned in closer. What do you think?
Yeah, if I didn't know the guy, like I'd probably feel really nervous and walk away.
Sleazy Darren, thoughts?
Well, that's unfortunate.
We're getting something from the chat right now. This is off topic, but coming in from Naive Adventures. Quote, Nikki, why did you smell your armpit?
Oh, because I forgot to put on deodorant today.
Same.
So I'm like, and I'm trying to smell if it's like the stinky sweat or
Right.
just like the natural.
Well, look, I want to get back on this for a second. We're talking about pickup lines, and I think when people say pickup lines, they automatically think of men trying to pick up women. Simon, Nikki, have you ever tried a pickup line on a guy? Never. Okay, so that's definitive. A definitive never.
Now, would there be a situation where you would try it?
Yeah, in like a role playing situation.
So you're role playing picking up a guy? Are you already?
You want to role play with me, Nikki?
Yeah.
Or like,
I'm curious about this role play. You're dating someone.
Yeah. So it's like
You're like, hey, I think we need to spice things up. What if we role play me picking you up?
Yeah.
All right, so well,
People do
Nikki,
that.
Saima mentioned it. We like a little role play on this show. What would that look like? I want you to give us the pre-conversation and then the pickup.
All right. Nice. I like your glasses.
Thank you.
You like
Oh, this
you
is
like
so
reading?
Breathing or reading?
Reading.
Yeah.
You say breeding? Because I'd like to breed.
hot. Oh yeah.
Oh.
I'd like to breed with you.
Or just so you know, Sleazy Darren's getting a little greasy over here. You better watch out, because if this is a relationship, Sleazy Darren's going to swoop in here.
So, what do you say?
Let's go and breed.
Great, let's go back to the wheel of discussion topics. Let's go and breathe. You like to read? Breathe? That may have been the moment of the show. 274 episodes. We've gone back to the wheel. It's spinning round and round, and I cannot wait to see where it lands on in just a matter of moments. I'm anxious. You're anxious. We're all anxious. And we have once again landed on pickup lines. So the topic of discussion continues. All right, so let's circle back here. Nikki, have you ever tried to pick a boy up?
Have I ever tried?
You ever like walked up to someone? Like, I think when we think pickup lines, it's like, "Hey, are your legs tired?" "Oh, why?" "Because you've been walking around in my mind all day." But
Yeah,
look,
we tend to think it's like a cheesy thing.
Yeah.
Like, that's the book, you know. But
Were you ever like at a beach, you know, changing out of your bathing suit?
I've definitely gone with like similar to Alex and been like, I think you're like, I like to compliment if I'm into someone. I feel like I'm like, oh, you're like so cool, like, wow.
okay, that's really nice. Now, Saima, you mentioned never. You've never done it. Is there a reason?
I don't know. I like a guy that will come after me. It sounds weird. I shouldn't say that this way.
Fine, yeah, folks, if
Hell
you're
yeah.
out there, Saima likes guys that come after her. Sleazy Darren is taking that one to heart. He'll be taking that one to heart. You might hear a knock at your window. He'll be throwing trash from the outside. Look, it just sounds like, Saima, you like things in maybe an old-fashioned way. You like to be pursued, right?
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with that.
Nothing wrong with that. Now, Alex, have you ever been the recipient of the pickup?
Yeah, my current partner was the one who initiated the conversation and who initiated our first date.
All right. So how did that unfold? How did the conversation go?
She worked at a big tech company, so she's like, "Do you want to come eat lunch with me at my big tech company?"
Was that the line?
Essentially, yeah.
Okay.
That sounds like a
Very cool.
euphemism.
It does. No, it's like,
What does that make you think of in terms of a euphemism, Sleazy Darren?
Well, you know, big tech company.
Big dick company.
Yeah, there
Oh.
you go.
Whoa, Nikki.
All right, Nikki, you're getting feisty tonight.
I've
Thing warmed up.
I've done custodial services at that company before.
What does that mean?
You don't want to know.
It means in my line of work, you sometimes you clean up a lot of remnants of other people's fun.
All right. Is that fun for you?
Hell yeah.
All right. Sleazy Darren, have you ever been picked up?
Yeah, you know, I've been picked up and tossed out of a lot of places.
All right, let's go back to the wheel of discussion topics here.
All right, here we go.
As our evening continues, and while the wheel spins, folks, we're going to be back on Wednesday night. Who's going to be here? Andy Asaf, and so much more. 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And we are officially landing on it's very close. Worst job. Worst job. So when we're thinking about our most horrible occupational moments, what comes to mind? Sleazy Darren, we only know you as being a garbage man. Have you had any other bad jobs?
Oh, I mean, I love being a garbage man.
Yeah.
I was one time I was a doctor.
What?
That was terrible.
You were a doctor?
Yeah, one time.
What kind of doctor?
Family doctor.
Okay, so
I hated it, James.
What was so bad about it?
A lot of responsibility.
Right. So you wanted something a little bit more casual, something to get more fresh air and exercise.
I wanted to work with my hands, James.
Right. Well, I feel like doctors do work with their hands.
Yeah, but it was small little like stitches and stuff. I wanted to like lug a bunch of stuff.
Okay, so you wanted to feel challenged.
Yeah, challenge. You know, it was too easy being a doctor.
All right. It's too easy being a doctor now. Saima, you're currently working towards your PhD.
Yes.
A doctorate. Is there any jobs you've had in the past that really rank low on your list of occupations?
It's weird. I've never really had like a truly terrible job.
Okay.
I think. Unfortunately, my first job I ever had, I think when I was like 17, I worked at the clothing store Simon's.
Okay.
And I worked in the sock department.
The sock department.
Yeah, there was like socks and nylon, like, that type of stuff. And like barely anyone ever went in the sock department. So it's quite boring. And I spent most of the time just really bored and shopping for socks.
Okay, so at worst, it was just kind of a snooze.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, Alex, how about you? Bad jobs.
I think my worst job was I was picking and packing for a company that sold nuts and bolts to Home Depot.
Okay,
that was the worst job.
A secondary company that Home Depot uses their supplier. That sounds like
Exactly.
a real classic guy job, right?
Yeah.
You're clocking in, you're clocking out, you're wearing blue jeans, you're greasy.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had to wear a helmet. We had to have the hard hat.
What part of town was this place located in?
Ville Saint Laurent.
Ville Saint Laurent, right? A lot blue collar neighborhood, right?
That's it.
What was the worst part about it?
It was really hot. Like in the warehouse, there was like a second floor to the warehouse, and I was stuck on the second floor all day, and it just got really hot. And like, you don't really think of it, but a hard hat is like, it doesn't breathe much in terms of your head, so you're just like dripping.
Now, can I ask you, did you get hazed there at all? Or like a young guy, any of the old timers kind of shove you around, stuff you in the locker, maybe pants you at the urinal?
I mean, I did a lot of forced overtime.
Forced overtime?
Yeah, we would work like 16-hour days some days.
And they forced you to be there?
Yeah. And then the week, I only worked there like 3 weeks, and I did. Yeah, I know. And then so the like first week was fine. Second week, I had like 2 days of forced overtime. Third week, they made us work overtime every day, and then we got laid off because it was the construction holidays.
Okay, so you were there for 3 weeks, but it was a terrible job. Nikki, how about you? Worst jobs?
I got a question for
please, yeah, let's hear it.
Any workplace accidents? That seems like
I think one of the young guys cut his finger real bad with a box cutter. That was about it, but nothing like terrible, I would say.
okay.
All right,
Yeah.
so Nikki, you've had a variety of acting jobs, modeling jobs, so your scope might be a little bit wider just by nature of the disciplines. Anything that comes to mind for you? Worst jobs?
So when I was 15, I got a job at the army camp in Vernon in the kitchen. And I guess it was shitty, or it was crappy because like.
Wait, hold on. Let's back up for a second. Were you concerned about your use of the S word?
Oh yeah, I thought we were on TV.
Nope.
Oh, okay. So yeah, the army camp was like really intense. It was like really hard work, and like I was working the officers' mess, it was called. So I had to like serve
boy.
the like higher ups in the army, and it was pretty intense. Like, and I had to wear like this hairnet, and like everybody looked so good in their like army uniforms, but I had to wear like this like big like white button-up t-shirt and like this apron and like a hairnet. And
No, you really didn't like that hairnet too much because you've mentioned it twice now. Alex, you nodded immediately when Nikki mentioned hairnet because, of course, you have a history with headgear. Yeah.
Excuse me.
It sucks to have to wear that when you're
Bless you.
15 and you're like going through puberty and like you feel like everybody's like looking at you, and
So it made you self-conscious as a growing youth.
Yeah, it did. And I had a crush on like a couple of the army people, and it was pretty weird. Oh, and one of the cooks told me that I looked like a drug addict, and it was really, I went home and cried.
That's a compliment.
Well, hold on. That's a compliment, Sleazy Darren?
Yeah.
In what world?
In the garbage world, baby.
So you walk up to a woman, you go, "You look like a drug addict."
Yeah. Yeah.
It sounds like you really hit on the weak. Are the women you're hitting on drug addicts?
No, I mean, maybe. Hopefully. But not always.
Hopefully.
Yeah, hopefully.
All right. I want to circle back to Nicky. Was this person that said that you look like a drug addict? Was this one of the gentlemen you had a crush on?
No, he was actually like the head cook. So
okay.
He was one of my work associates. Yeah, like just working there. But I've had a lot of like weird jobs. I worked at a meat packing department on the West Island, where I just had to like put meat on the conveyor belt when I was 17. I was like covered in blood all the time, and
Nice.
a lot of like chicken gizzards, and yeah, you like that, huh?
Chicken gizzards,
Yeah,
delicious.
It's interesting because Saima's recoiling. Sleazy Darren is openly enjoying it. And, Alex, you're just nodding pleasantly.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yep.
You can get a whole bunch of gizzards for real cheap, and they make a delicious meal.
Yeah, you can.
Saima, now you a fan of eating chicken gizzards, Saima?
I don't even know what that is.
It's like
Yeah.
it's like the organs. Yeah, they'll sell you the heart. They'll sell you the gizzards all separately, and you can fry them up on the barbecue. And
First of all, I'm vegetarian, but I'm not vegetarian for the animals.
these are plants.
Plant-based gizzard.
Sleazy Darren, these are not plants, right?
They might be.
All right, let's go back to the wheel of discussion topics as our night starts to wind down. We got plenty more time here to get through at least a few more topics as the wheel is about to encroach on our lives, imposing discussion topics that we would have never otherwise discussed tonight, at least in any type of normal setting. As the wheel slows down, we once again landed on brushes with fame. Now, at this point, we can continue discussing brushes with fame, or we can collectively vote to
I vote to spin again.
Yeah, let's spin again.
Nicky?
I'm open.
Okay, so you have voted for either or. Sleazy Darren, where do you land?
Well, I got a great Ellen story, but maybe we'll save
right
it for
now
next episode.
It looks like we're at a deadlock. 2 votes. Although Nicky veers towards being good either way, so that counts as a 3-1 vote, and I will join the herd here. I will vote spin again. Shocking that there's all these topics, but we've somehow landed on 2 of the same topics twice. Perhaps we need to work out some of the kinks.
Oh, God.
And we have landed on bizarre foods, just narrowly escaping brushes with fame. Bizarre foods. We were just talking about gizzards. Sleazy Darren, do you have a history of eating organs?
Oh, I mean, yeah, chopped liver is pretty good. You know, not chopped liver, just whole livers.
Mm-hmm.
You ever have a snail?
Nope.
Pretty good.
Escargot?
Yeah.
Oh, it's very sophisticated of you, Sleazy Darren.
What can I say? I find them, I eat them.
I want to know if
Wait, hold on, wait.
Oh,
You find snails and eat them?
Yeah.
Great. Let's go back to what Nicky was about to ask. Nicky, it sounds like you had a question.
I want to know, James, if you've ever had oysters.
I have not. No, I'm not much of a person of eating food from the water. No.
Yeah. Are you allergic to seafood?
No, it's just something that kind of concerns me, and there's no real rationale behind it. It's very, very irrational, but I've dabbled with seafood ever so slightly. As a kid, I ate a lot of tuna sandwiches. I've eaten 2 shrimps in my life. You know, I'm not totally canceling out the possibility that it could happen.
You can eat those raw, James.
Was that shrimp?
No, oysters.
Oysters, you eat raw.
Yeah, that much I'm familiar with.
You'd like that.
Oh, I would now, Nikki. Do you think I would like oysters? Because I think not.
I don't think you would.
Yeah. You say no as well, Alex.
Yeah, I don't think you. It's quite the consistency is. I feel like would turn you off a little bit.
It looks kind of like an uncooked egg, if I had to guess.
Yeah.
I love oysters. Oh
I
my
like
God.
oysters too.
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah,
so we get
me
2
too.
for oysters. Yeah, do you find them, Sleazy Darren?
No, I buy them.
Well, I'm sorry. Alex, what do you think about oysters?
I'll have them, but it's not my favorite.
You strike me as a person that will kind of eat anything once.
Yeah.
Now, what's the weirdest thing you've eaten?
This isn't the weirdest, but it's the most recent. I went for halo halo this weekend, which is a Filipino dessert.
Okay.
It's good. Like it's like ice cream and like a bunch of sweet stuff.
Mhm.
But at the bottom, they kind of load it with corn and beans, like black beans.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
So it's like again, it's not bad. It's like I'm not used to it of like that switching from really sweet ice, like ube ice cream, which is quite good, and then you're like eating some like canned corn. Like
It's almost like a dessert shepherd's pie.
exactly that. Yeah, exactly. That's it. That's accurate.
Great point.
I would say.
Saima, how about you? Bizarre foods.
I don't know. I can't think of. I mean, I don't eat meat.
Mm-hmm.
Once when I was a kid, so this is like before I was vegetarian, I went to like a dinner party with my parents, and it was like a thing where it was like a potluck, and someone made sandwiches, and there was like mayo sandwiches. I assumed it was like tuna or something, and I ate it. And then afterwards, we were driving back in the car, and my parents were talking, and then my dad was like, "Oh, did you have those?" And there's like a word. My parents speak like Hindi and Urdu. There's a word, and it specifically is cow brain. And my dad said to my mom, "Did you eat those cow brain sandwiches?" And she goes, "No, are you crazy?" And then my sister and I were both like, "What was in those sandwiches?" So I've had cow brain, and I didn't know it was in it.
Is that sweetbreads?
It was kind of like that. I thought it was like, I don't know. I thought it was like tuna or something else. And I had that, and I would never eat it again. Yeah.
Look, that is an acquired taste. Eating cow brains. Sleazy Darren, it seems like you're from a culinary standpoint fairly educated.
No, absolutely, James. You know, I like the finer things in life, and I make a good pretty penny. Taking out the trash, so sometimes I like to spend a shekel or two on treating myself nice.
So you've been known to eat brains?
Sweetbreads, yeah. You ever had sweetbreads before?
I haven't, no.
I've had General Tao sweetbreads at a place in St. Henry.
You had General Tao brain?
Yeah,
Whoa.
that's true.
Huh.
I'm thinking of going vegetarian.
Saima, any advice?
Well, I'm pescatarian, so I eat seafood and fish and cheese and eggs, which I think are all the awesome things in life. But generally, I think there's nowadays so many.
Wait,
cool
who's getting a call right now?
Sleazy Dan.
It wasn't me.
Yeah, Sleazy.
But they got you on camera.
Sleazy Darren.
Oh,
He gets that all the time.
Is it one of your ladies?
Who's calling you, Sleazy Darren?
It wasn't me.
What are you, Shaggy?
I met Shaggy. I had a brush
That brings me back.
I had a brush with fame with
We've
Shaggy.
come full circle to another topic. It wasn't
I
me.
caught him red-handed banging on the bathroom floor.
Ooh, you caught
I
Shaggy?
caught Shaggy red-handed.
So it was him.
It was him, yeah.
I have a question for Saima. Would you ever go vegan?
No, I like cheese too much.
Where
and
do
I
you
like-
get your cheese?
Where do I get my cheese?
Yeah.
Just like anywhere, like the
Anywhere.
grocery store.
Girl, my angel.
But you know what? There's
my
recently, I don't know if you like boursin, but they have a vegan
angel.
boursin that's quite good. But yeah, I just like dairy products a lot. I love ice cream.
Keeps you out of me.
Yeah.
It's
Cheese
hard.
is good.
But you can cut out chicken and beef and like all that stuff and pork and like that's
Life is
easy.
one big party when
There's
you
something
sit
about
down.
like impregnating the
But who's
cows
gonna have your
though
back
to
when
make
it's
them
all
produce
done?
milk that really freaks me out.
Yeah, it freaks me out too. It's just like cheese is so good.
It wasn't me.
Mhm.
Let's go back to the wheel as the night really starts to wind down. The question is the wheel is about to spin. Do we think we're going to land on something that we've already discussed? It's come dangerously close a few times after having also landed twice on the same topic. Any predictions?
Well, statistically speaking, I feel like the chances are low, but who knows?
All right, so the wheel is spinning, and we're about to see it live and in living color right here on Twitch. I'm feeling good about this. I think that we're going to have a brand new topic. That's how I feel at the moment.
Bizarre.
Well, we've landed on bizarre foods. You know what? Let's spin. How about we spin the wheel one more time? How do we feel about that?
Yeah, let's do it.
Well, statistically speaking, Saima, we were incorrect.
Oh, here we go.
We've landed on guilty pleasures. A brand new topic, guilty pleasures. When we say guilty pleasures, what comes to mind from any of our panelists tonight?
Tony Soprano.
So you have so Tony Soprano, the fictional character from The Sopranos, is your guilty pleasure. Can you expand on this?
Okay, so I find like I'm only on the first season, but I'm like finding him attractive and nice. But it's because he's so charismatic and like there's something about him, but he's so bad. Like he's a horrible man.
Yeah, he's a criminal.
He's a
coming in from the chat right now. We're getting Nikki. Can you do a Tony Soprano impersonation?
What? It's coffee. I brought you a coffee.
All right,
it's just coffee.
I'm
coming
turned
in
on
right
right
now. It says pretty good.
Very good.
All right, so we've got Tony Soprano as a guilty pleasure. Any others that pop to mind for any of us?
Well, it's one of the topics that's on the wheel, but it's one of my guilty pleasures. It's reality shows.
Mm-hmm. So which are some that speak to you?
Well, there's one that's a lot of people watch it. It's particularly bad. It's called Selling Sunset.
Okay.
There's one that I watch that I don't think anyone else watches, and it's called The Hills: New Beginnings.
Well, I remember The Hills from the 2000s, and
yes.
I guess is this the new cast, or have they found new hot young people?
It's the same people, just what they're up to these days, and I don't think anyone watches it, but I watch it and I'm really into it.
Okay.
Well, you're somebody, Saima.
Thank you. Oh, thank you, Sleazy Darren. Are you into reality shows?
Yeah, I like watching some of the programs. You know, sometimes it feels like the news is a reality show.
Did you watch Love is Blind?
Yes.
Okay, I just watched the like reunion episodes.
Oh, then the girl from Too Hot to Handle came in?
Yeah.
Got you on camera?
What?
It wasn't me. Sorry, I was just thinking about that time that I met Shaggy.
Yeah, you're still on this Shaggy thing.
Yeah,
James,
I wish he had a reality show.
I have a question for you, James.
Sure.
Were you into Hulk Hogan's reality show that's called Growing Up Hogan or something?
Hogan Knows Best. I was a bigger fan of his sex tape.
Oh.
Which is a reality show in a lot of ways.
Is, my favorite part being when he talks about how much food he ate at dinner. Which you don't really get a lot in the bedroom.
Sexy stuff.
When you're in the middle of making love with your special friend, you're like, oh, I ate so much at dinner. At one point, he refers to himself as a pig.
I know what that's like.
Yeah, wait, what are you talking about? You like to have a big meal before you sleep with someone's girlfriend?
Yeah, absolutely. You know, you gotta
find some snails in the garden.
If I find a couple of escargots, you know, I'll or if I buy a couple of oysters, I'll have a nice seafood buffet before I make love to another.
Aren't oysters an aphrodisiac?
Yeah, they are.
Hell yeah.
All right, so Sleazy Darren, there is a method to your madness. Yeah, I dabbled in Hulk Hogan's reality series, Hogan Knows, but it was one of those ones that is so incredibly fake that you cannot even really suspend your disbelief. That's why I like the sex tape more.
Remember the Ozzy Osbourne one?
Oh, yeah.
That was like one of the originals.
Yeah.
Oh, I also watched, well, I guess it's done now, but Keeping Up with the Kardashians, guilty pleasure.
Oh, yeah. Now, Alex, you're very agreeable here. Are you a reality show fan?
I used to watch a lot of Maury Povich on Saturday mornings. That was one I used to watch a lot.
Coming in from the chat right now, we're getting Alex. Can you do a Maury Povich impersonation?
Sure. Brian, you are not the father.
It feels like that specifically spoke to you, Sleazy Darren.
Yeah. Sorry, that was an instinct.
Wait, are you trying to tell us you've been on the Maury Povich show?
In so many words, yeah.
What, you've been on a paternity test edition of the Maury Povich show?
I mean,
I remember that. Yeah, I remember your episode.
yeah, not the father. And you get an appearance fee.
Wait, you got paid to be on Maury?
Absolutely.
How much?
$100?
Yeah, not bad.
Not bad.
Nikki, how about you? Any reality shows you're into?
Like I said, I watched Love Is Blind, the reunion. It's all right. It's hard not to notice that they're like it's all planned. I feel like it's all planned.
Well, that's the thing with some of the reality shows, as I mentioned, you're able to really believe that, oh, this is true. This isn't doctored or overly produced. Or some of them, how do they just get into wild situations every episode?
Yeah.
That once I want to see a nice boring reality show.
Have you heard of Sexy Beasts?
I've watched that.
I've heard of it. I've never. You watch Sexy Beasts? Sleazy?
Absolutely, yeah. I got my Netflix account.
How is it?
You have a Netflix account?
Well, it's my one of my old girlfriend's brother's accounts, but
right.
I'm
Okay.
on there. It's good.
Who's your favorite?
What do you mean? Well, it changes
do you
every
like-
episode.
Well, no, I know. But
The
like,
premise
if you
of
had
the
to-
show for the people watching is there's a sort of a blind date competition where one person of one sex has to pick between three persons of the other sex, and they're all dressed up as beasts, so that looks isn't a factor. And that's the way I live my life too. I try to keep looks from being a factor.
Well, it sounds like what you like in terms of looks is drug addicts.
I mean, that's one of my many sort of.
Look, I'm not here to cast judgment. Do we have any other guilty pleasures unrelated to reality TV? Alex, what about you?
I've been doing like multitasking, I guess, if that's like a guilty pleasure, like to relax. I've been doing like it's a lot of wrestling stuff. I'll listen to a wrestling podcast while playing a wrestling video game, while having wrestling on in the background.
Okay, so to be clear, wrestling isn't the guilty pleasure, but
No.
multitasking is your guilty pleasure.
Yeah.
Oh wait, hold on, I'm getting a production note. Really? Okay. I've just been informed that is the worst guilty pleasure in recorded history.
Well, I don't know. I don't know how to like it's. I don't know if it's the thing itself, but it's like I call it like immersion because it's like immersing yourself into many different things.
Sure. Yeah,
At the
you
same
want
time.
you want many stimulants.
All right,
That's
does that kind of stuff bring you to your happy place?
Yeah, I would say so. Like it gets me zoned out or like zen a little bit.
Yeah, when things get too heavy, you like to zone out.
Yeah.
Nice.
All right, we're going to go back to the wheel one last time. Our final topic tonight. The question is, will it be something we've seen before and discussed at length, or is it going to be brand new? Only time is going to tell, and time is upon us. The wheel is spinning for tonight's final topic of discussion. We've landed on, and it is just by a hair, we have landed on weird habits, narrowly evading brings me back. Weird habits. Panelists, the floor is yours. I mean, Sleazy Darren, like, come on.
What do you mean?
Well, your love life is kind of a strange habit within itself.
Not really.
Not really?
No. Sometimes, I don't know, I guess this is a bit weird. Sometimes I'll read a book.
Why is that weird?
I don't know, people don't really read anymore, do they?
People read.
Yeah, I read a book recently.
Oh, weird.
What'd you read, James?
What did I read? I'm currently reading a book about cults in the state of Vermont.
Oh, what cult?
But there's like a variety of different groups.
Yeah.
Whoa.
The Bernie Sanders supporters.
I didn't know you're such a political hothead.
I like to listen to some talk radio once in a while.
So you're not a Bernie guy.
I'm not a Bernie bro now.
Who do you like?
Me?
Yeah.
Well, I'd say his name, but
maybe
a certain someone doesn't want to talk about him.
Okay. Almost a guilty pleasure.
Almost a guilty pleasure.
So are you saying that Sleazy Darren, you've been known to wear maybe a baseball cap from time to time?
No comment.
All right. Nicky, Saima, Alex, any weird habits?
I'm going to go in and say I think everyone probably has weird habits, but they're normal to us. So it's hard to think of them as weird. One thing that I do, which I don't know if this is weird. So first of all, people tell me this is inherently weird. I do not own a microwave.
Okay. Yeah, I would say that maybe that seems like something people would find unusual, right? You have a hot meal, you want to zap it, microwave. All right. How do we feel about that? Alex, is that a little weird not owning a micro oven?
No, that you're not the first. I mean, I think it makes sense if you're like, I'd be curious, have you been more tempted to get a microwave since you've been working from home or since you've been home more? Or
No, like I have a mini toaster oven that I use to heat up things. I guess the only thing is like for coffee if it gets cold, but then it's like, whatever. It's like not the end of the world. But
How do you make your eggs though?
What?
How do you make your eggs if you don't have a microwave?
I hard boil them. In warm water typically, or I like them sunny side up.
Okay. I zap my eggs.
You cook your eggs in the microwave?
Yeah.
I mean, there's other ways.
Not for me. I just want to say one thing on what Simon was saying about how everyone's weird habits is normal. You know, I want to say we should, as a society, normalize weird habits.
Well, you know what? That works perfectly well because Sleazy Darren, I'm sure you're unaware of. You don't watch the show, right, Sleazy Darren?
Which show? Sexy Beasts?
Later on this month, we're going to be presenting Weird Stock on the show.
Oh, nice.
Days and days and days of alternative and alternate programming in place of at home.
Oh, cool.
I'll
turn into that.
Yeah, normalizing the weird. Nicky, what about you? Any weird habits?
Lately, I feel like just a huge weirdo.
Okay, well, this is the time to get it off your chest, right? Saima doesn't have a microwave. We were all like, hey, that's cool.
Yeah. I feel like lately I find myself like disassociating and like staring at like any like hair on my body and just like zoning out and just being like, just looking at my hair.
Doing a little hair stare.
Yeah, a hair stare.
Okay, well, what else? You're staring at your hair. What else?
I'm staring at my hair. I'm just kind of like giving up on pants in the house.
Yeah. Well, yeah, prior to the show, and I hope it doesn't.
No.
Yeah, you mentioned you're not currently wearing pants, and it was making you a little uneasy, despite the fact that in no way, shape, or form will we ever drop frame to see you.
No one will ever see me with no pants.
Ever. Okay.
Maybe my roommates.
All right. Okay. So no pants. Alex, how about you? Any weird habits?
I feel like I've discussed some of them. I like to let out a primal scream after I get out of a class or work
Yeah.
Yeah. I like to make out outdoors.
How does that sound, though?
Oh, yeah, we're getting all... Yeah, in the chat right now, can Alex do the scream?
Hang on. I'll just move my mic just because I don't want to blow it out.
Yeah, that's good.
Just like a... Ah!
Hold on, I'm getting a production note. Yep. Mm-hmm. Okay, production note is that was one of the worst screams.
You can do better than that. Let's try it again.
All right.
In the chat right now, Sleazy, and someone just wrote, "You can do better than that."
Ah!
Right, so you like to let out a primal scream. What else is unusual?
Those are the main. I guess one thing I'll do. My partner's now checking on me. She's worried.
Yeah.
I went too hard with the primal scream, I think.
Can you tell her you're okay?
Yeah.
You say, I'm okay.
I'm okay. My cat's also worried. He
Now
ran
tell
into
her
the
you love her.
room.
Yeah.
I would just like to say for the record.
Tell her that she's attractive.
She's not here anymore. She left.
Can you do it after wiping yourself down with a towel?
Weird, because normally you leave.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's really weird behavior. Nikki, it sounds like you had a thought.
I just don't want people to think that not wearing pants at home is weird. It's not that weird.
Okay, well
I agree.
let's
weird?
discuss this. Saima, is that weird?
Is that weird?
I mean, you're wearing underwear.
What if someone wasn't wearing underwear? Is that weird in your
I
own
mean,
home?
I think if you live in the whatever you do at home, if you live alone, like I live alone,
Yeah,
I usually wear pants.
sure.
Sometimes though, I will wear like an oversized T-shirt
Sure.
and maybe no pants, but the shirt does cover like my.
Winnie the Pooh.
What was that?
So Winnie the Pooh. Classically known for wearing a top with no bottom, but where this
Winnie the
differs is Saima's talking about how, unlike Winnie the Pooh, her top extends past where Winnie the Pooh is exposed.
So not like Winnie the Pooh.
Yeah.
But I mean, whatever you do in the comfort of your own home, I guess.
Yeah, that's
like,
it. That's it. Alex, you ever wear
Totally.
no pants at home?
Yeah, I'll do it often.
Now, do you Winnie the Pooh?
You know what? Sometimes I'll forget to bring shorts or underwear into the shower, so I'll have to cross the apartment to go get something.
Oh, but that's
Do you
fun.
normally bring shorts or underwear into the shower?
Now, when you say into the shower, you mean you shower with them in the shower.
No, I mean I put them aside so that I can put them on after.
Oh, but see, Alex, I am like see, this is maybe weird or I don't know, but I wear like a towel. So I never bring anything with me in the shower. And then I walk around my apartment for a long time in like a towel. And if I'm going somewhere, even if it's like 2 hours before, I'll just like stay in the towel the whole time.
Well,
until I have
I'll
to get
tell
ready.
you what, I also bring my change of clothes into the bathroom with me after I've showered, which
Even when you live alone.
even when I live alone, it's been discussed on the show a variety of times. I am what they call a never nude.
Do you go to the beach? Have you ever been to the beach, James?
I don't really care for the heat.
But have you been?
And James doesn't swim in the water.
Yeah, also, yeah, I don't swim in the water.
You don't have to. You don't have to
Correct.
swim. I don't know how to swim.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, I would say being in water doesn't really appeal to me, which also weird. Yeah, no, summer is not my time. Now, if someone were to say, "Do you like hanging out at an orchard in the fall?" I'd be like, "I'll take that over the beach every day of the week."
Have you ever taken a bath?
Yes.
Do you
Yeah.
enjoy baths?
I would say that I don't enjoy them. I find it hard to relax in them. I'm just so you're just sitting there and naked. Doesn't do a lot for me.
Should light a candle.
Light a candle.
That seems a little bit much for me.
Have some
Read a
bubbles.
book.
Take a book into the tub. Yeah, I suppose. Yeah. So right now, look, it's appropriate that we're ending the show with all of my weird habits. Everyone's been really putting themselves out there for everyone. So yeah, I'm take my clothes with me in the bathroom. I can't swim. I don't go to the beach. I don't take baths. Yeah, you know what? This is who I am.
You forgot the never nude thing.
Never
Okay.
knew.
Yeah, thank you for that. Yeah, I don't like spending a lot of time being naked. Yeah,
Do you sleep with your socks on or off?
I do not sleep with my socks on.
Okay.
Maybe
That's weird.
Once a year in a very cold night.
I sleep like a red hot chili pepper.
Mm.
How's
Oh.
that? With
The
a sock
sun.
on your genitals?
Yeah.
Well, now, yeah, Nikki, please.
James, I have more question. Just one
Yeah.
more question for
Yeah.
you.
You can ask as many as you like.
Do you sleep with a shirt on?
Yes.
You sleep-
Whoa, that's
Sleep in your
weird.
boxers?
I sleep in a t-shirt and my boxers.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you ever get hot in bed?
I usually run hot in bed, but sleeping naked would probably not change anything. I've been in bed naked before. I don't really care for
Nice.
it. I feel like, I like to have that barrier in between my nudity and the sheets. Sometimes it makes me feel like a little itchy too.
Mm.
Have you, I saw recently there's a cooling weighted blanket. Would you ever give that a try? Not necessarily
I would.
like
Yes, I would give that a try. Yeah.
yeah.
Well, does it? Oh, well, hold on. Anyone else sleep in a t-shirt, or is it just me?
Well, I typically sometimes I wear a t-shirt but typically I have like, it sounds weird, but I have like a night, what do you call it? Like a night dress.
Yeah. Basically, my t-shirt is my nightie, right? Alex, what about you? You wear a t-shirt to bed?
Not typically, no.
All right. What about you, Sleazy Darren?
Well, as I mentioned, I sleep with a sock on my cock.
Oh wait, so I thought you were that wasn't a joke.
No, and I put on some funk music and I sort of chili pepper out while I drift away.
Now, can you explain to me the purpose of the sock on your genitals?
Well, I don't want to be totally exposed, James.
Right. So, you and I are similar in a lot of ways.
In a lot of ways, yeah. And otherwise, it gets itchy down there.
Also, this is a bit of a weird fact, but I was recently hearing about Greek statues. They were, so in the Greek Olympics, they were not nude. They would wear a little cup on the end of their genitals, and
Just
that was
on the end?
Yeah, just on the head. So like, if you ever look at a Greek statue and you think that the genitalia looks weird, that's why, because they
no one knew what it looked like.
Well, they had but they had a little cap on it. Yeah. They had a little thing on it.
A little MAGA cap.
Well, this feels like a good place. Folks, any last thoughts on tonight's show? Well, this feels like a good place.
I have a thought.
Please, yes, Saima.
James, would you ever try an oyster?
It feels unlikely. I think I'd rather sleep naked.
What if you did it for $1,000?
Yeah, for $1,000. Yeah, I would.
All right, folks, you heard him. Let's raise some money.
Sleazy Darren.
That's right.
Are you vaccinated?
Yeah.
Oh.
I'm not crazy. I'm sleazy. It's a serious pandemic out there.
And I'll say this, there is a crazy Darren that we've tried to book on the show.
Yeah. It's my cousin.
Wait, you're related?
Yeah.
And you have the same name?
We have the same first name.
Right.
Wait, what's your last name, Darren? Sleazy Darren?
It's Gauthier.
Oh, I know your dad.
Yeah.
Wait, you know Sleazy Darren's dad?
Yeah.
I'm French.
Yeah, Kevin, right?
Kevin Gauthier, yeah.
That's it, yeah. I know him. He was in my class.
Oh, really?
What? He was in your class? How old are you, Sleazy Darren?
I said I'm 35.
What class was he in with you, Al?
But he's never graduated, so he's Billy Madisoning right now.
That's it. He's doing a business English class he said he wants to go back into business.
Yeah.
Okay, well, everything has been tied up in a really neat bow.
It's weird.
Folks, that's our show tonight for Nicky Fournier, Saima, Ahmed, Alex Gauthier, and Sleazy Darren. I'm James. You are you. We were here. Good night, goodbye, farewell, and be well. Take care.